Someone else?
Oh, sorry, Rob was making gestures at me out there in the audience, so I'm not sure what I'm trying to interpret. I mean, I think the kinds of, I didn't have a specific activity or a thing, like John said, that inspired me, but so much as being able to do problem solving, right? And the thing that we do here, and NASA does, and JPL does, is we solve problems. And we solve problems that involve obviously very state-of-the-art activities, but also things that require large teams of people working together in a really intimate way that is really different, I think, than almost any other human endeavor. It's amazing to solve a problem as complicated as landing on the surface of Mars, where you're utterly dependent on a team of 100 or 200 or 1,000 other people to do their parts and to do it to solve their problems.
With Aerotech News and Review up in Lancaster. What am I really seeing in that photo that is behind you? And I heard something about a second photo, shadow of the Curiosity being, and wheels, or a wheel of the Curiosity. So could you lead me through that photo? Maybe John or Adam or somebody. Thank you.
Well, I can just tell you, I mean, yes, what you're seeing in the first picture that you said, that was the shadow of Curiosity there in the view. These are the rear HAZ-CAM views, so we're looking out the back of the rover. I don't think we got any of the front HAZ-CAMs. Oh, is it front? Okay. Thank you. It's front. There we go. The other one is the rear, and that is the wheel you see in the lower corner there. We do expect to get more pictures back in this upcoming Odyssey Pass, which hopefully will be in about 25 minutes here, so we'll get yet more pictures. And these images were actually through the cover. And actually, if you go back to the other one for a second, can you switch to the other picture? You can see those little speckles around the black little dots or speckles around the outside, which is probably dust kicked up, during the landing event that's stuck onto the covers. And so it's good that we have covers because now we'll take those covers off, and hopefully those specks of dust will not be visible in the next set of pictures we get.
Okay. Burkhard is a New Yorker. I may be imagining this, but the one time during the landing the temperature seemed to drop in the room was when Adam asked for OD 278, and they said, no, we only have 277. What was happening, or was it anything of significance?
Double cheeseburger?
Triple cheese.
Double?
Double cheese, next.
Can I have fries with that?
No fries, chip, no Coke, Pepsi, cheeseburger, over the best.
No. We are, as we're coming in, the navigators are continuing to make OD's orbital determination, where the spacecraft is, and updating, and they all have numbers, an estimate, an estimate, an estimate. And they get better as Mars grabs us, and the pull of Mars reduce some of the inherent uncertainty in that estimate. While that's going on, while EDL is happening, in the EDL war room in a different building, we were seeing on some of the cameras, the flight dynamics team is running simulations to the ground with our simulation tool based on those updated ODs. And so I'd seen that OD at 228 come up, and I was asking if they had that, because I had it, and they didn't have it over there yet, and they hadn't started it. That was what that was about.
Let me get a new question over here.
Ian Thompson from the Red.
At the forefront of the scientific frontier. So I really want to personally congratulate on behalf of myself, but also on behalf of my boss, President Obama, the team here at JPL at NASA and around the country that contributed to spectacular achievement. Data and new understandings are going to be uncovered in the coming days, months, and years because of this success. Landing the Mars Science Laboratory rover Curiosity on the surface of the Red Planet was by any measure the most challenging mission ever attempted in the history of robotic planetary exploration. About the status of U.S. leadership in space. Well, there's a one-ton automobile-sized piece of American ingenuity on the...
There is not. There is not. You don't believe it.
And it's sitting on the surface of Mars right now.
No, it's not.
And it should certainly put any such doubts to rest.
No evidence of it is theorist, and in fact, you need to prove your case that you believe that there's some foreign object on another world that man put there tonight. Otherwise, you're just a stinking liar.
The administration is committed to a vibrant and coordinated strategy of Mars exploration and planetary exploration more generally here on Earth and throughout the solar system. So congratulations again, and long live American curiosity. Thank you.
Can we not do this? Let's not do this.
And while that reaches out and explores and conquers and engineers, we are theorists, pioneers. And that's reflected in the activities and actions and results of tonight. So I want to say thank you to the blue shirts. Groups of folks that I'd like to thank, and I think we all are thankful for us. The drama of us all being able to experience it together comes through the efforts of the Odyssey project and the Odyssey spacecraft and that team being able to get that bent pipe UHF telemetry to us.
Let me wait for a microphone to come over to you, and go ahead and give us your name and affiliation right there in the middle of the road. Go ahead, Greg.
American space. Adam, tell us about the landing.
Good question.
All right, Greg. It looks good. In short, it looks extremely clean. We had conditions that were on the more benign side of our nominal expectation. We did, by the way, I want to preface everything. This is the control room during the celebration, right? Largely by my good
I
friends,
Leave It to
Gus and
Beaver
Martine,
playing in the
somewhere
other
out there.
room, and that's actually a better show.
I hope. At any rate, very nominal, remarkably good. Our navigation error was on the low side of our expectation, which meant that we probably had a good alignment between the celestial center sensors and the inertial sensors.
Man, do you think that you should have expected at least that first question? You claim that you go to Mars, and you're not even ready for the question, hey, what was it like to land on Mars?
We landed with 140 kilograms of fuel reserves.
Which means nothing.
400 kilos that we carried. And we're going to Ben worked quite diligently in stretching the tanks at my insistence because I was worried we wouldn't have enough fuel. And so
Can we go over how you did that exactly? Exactly. Send us the data.
It looked good and clean. And it looks, at least by my eyeball, that we landed in a nice flat spot. Beautiful. Really beautiful.
Shannon
That was
standing
terrible.
for Miles O'Brien with PBS
That was
News.
a terrible answer.
What
You look more attractive than mine.
I won't tell him that, Adam.
Okay.
I think he heard it.
What?
Wait, what?
I have to ask you, what kind of file type? Can you tell us about the image file type and compression that was used to send this very important couple of thumbnails back from Mars?
Yes, unfortunately, I absolutely cannot. If Justin Mackey is in the room, or there's a couple other people on the team who deal with that quickly, but I couldn't tell you. Sorry.
Okay, going across the front here. We'll make switch for the microphone. Right there, thank you.
Hi, Sally Rail with Planetary Society, and this is for Adam. Two very quick questions. Well, first one's quick. Are you going to call your daughter Curiosity?
Next question.
Television. The Unmanned Spaceflight website has coordinates for the landing that go down to something like 5 decimal points. I just wanted to confirm with you that those you do have them, have those sort of coordinates. And am I reading those coordinates correctly when I see that it looks as though you landed within 500 meters of the skirt around the mountain? That, I mean, you're really very close to the mountain at the closer end in the landing ellipse, and possibly within striking distance of the phyllosilicate trench.
I can't confirm that. My estimate, I'm looking for somebody, yes. There's somebody in the audience here who has that in the tip of their noggin. We should have soon that estimate, but I don't have it to 5 decimal places. We wouldn't report it to that because we're certain that we don't know it to that. And I don't know what the unmannedspaceflight.com estimate is.
Yeah, there's a team of people that are
The world of STEM hasn't figured out a way to remind people that that iPhone and that iPad and that, you know, all the code that makes Twitter and Facebook work, it all comes from, you know, people that have an education around STEM.
So you get involved in stuff like FIRST Robotics. We have footage of you being a part of that whole experience and getting
art sat on top of it. So now that we have all these new tools, we have to create a new marriage between art, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, and that is called STEAM, S-T-A-M. So that's what I want to put that A in that STEM to create some steam.
All right, well, while you're here, I understand you wanted to do a shout-out.
Shout out.
A shout-out to some of the kids out there?
Oh, shout out.
A shout-out to some of the kids out there?
Oh, shout out.
A shout-out to some of the kids out there?
Oh, shout out.
A shout-out to some of the kids out there?
Oh, yes, I want to shout out to all the kids that joined up in Boyle Heights for my I Am College track program.
So we're here in the Surface MSA. And the Surface MSA is the control room for surface operations, just like we had the control room where we're just watching for cruise operations. And basically after launch, while the cruise team was flying the mission to Mars, the surface team was getting ready for surface operations, practicing, learning how to operate the rover on the surface, writing new software for the surface operation, and doing all of that testing and training here in this room. And we wanted to have a separate facility so that we didn't get in the way of cruise, and cruise didn't get in the way of surface.
So this team will take care of figuring out all the commands and sending those commands up to Curiosity from here on out.
That's right. Everything's going to run from this room, and we're going to be here for about 3 months. And then if we get good enough at it, we're going to send a lot of our scientists back to their home institutions, and they can do a lot of it by remote Peloton and by web services, things like that. But for the next few months, we're all going to be here, all hundreds of people operating the rover every day.
So tell us what we're here for tonight, the downlink. We did have a downlink during the actual landing, and this is another one. This one happened, just about now?
It's about now. And so they're recording all the EDL events and then transmitting that back to the Earth. Right, and that's like when we were able to hear the great commentary that Al Chen was saying. He was reading the telemetry that Odyssey was sending. Now, Odyssey flies over Mars, or points on Mars about every 2 hours. So now it's about 2 hours later after EDL, and Odyssey's going to fly over Curiosity again. Now, Mars has rotated. It's not the best for communications, but it should be good enough to give us another update on the rover health, make sure that the rover is still happy and safe on the surface, and that a couple of key events that we think are important have happened. Fire some pyro devices to release the arm mechanisms and other parts of the rover that we need on surface. Also deploy the HazCam covers, which allows us to take a little bit better images, very similar images.
Video, an animation that shows the removal of the dust covers, and that's what's happening right about now.
That's right.
Do we have the...
Okay, it may be coming or it may not.
Oh.
But basically we have two clear covers on the HazCam, so it may not be obvious to folks at home that the pictures that we've seen so far are actually taken through those covers. But if you look carefully, you see a little bit of view from those covers. So we get rid of those covers, and we can take those images again, front and rear. And we also have downsampled those. We've compressed those images a little bit so that we haven't seen the full quality of those photos yet. But we're going to send back a little bit higher quality photo on this pass. So get rid of the cover and send a better quality image down to the earth.
All right. I hear Jessica Samuels speaking right now, flight director, and we're going to take a break and listen in.
It is a low elevation pass, and it is not necessarily expected to be a lot of data.